Lost potential. That is my one line review of the film. This could have been one of the best period dramas ever made, but unfortunately could not make the best use of every necessary element at its disposal. Let me begin with what I liked about the film. The performances. Vicky Kaushal's eyes communicate directly with your heart. You can say his best performance till date. Vineet Kumar Singh's voice gave tough competition to his face in emoting. He is one of my favorite actors in the world. Mukkabaz Ugly, two of my favorite films from Bollywood alongside his great short film Murabba. Ashutosh Rana and Divya Datta were performing like it's nobody's business. If I hadn't seen his name in the teaser, it would have been really hard for me to know that it was Akshay Khanna playing Aurangzeb. They say act so well audience forgets the actor. Akshay Khanna and the makeup department made an example out of it. The performance that bothered me the most was Rashmika Mandana's. I'm having a hard time even writing about her performance after talking about the above mentioned actors. You can guess how difficult it was for me to tolerate her in the film. Who let her in that film? You can see it clearly in her face that everything that was going in her mind was to get the Hindi right. She was not playing a character emoting through words, she was just making the best face she could and enunciating every word as hard as she could to make it sound decent. Her performance felt like she was just reading from a teleprompter in front of her. The cut from Vicky Kaushal performing out of this world to Rashmika practicing Hindi was pathetic. I got the same feeling from Atrangi Ray movie when the scene cut from Dhanush making me teary eyed to the god awful Sara Ali Khan rolling all my tears back into my eyes. At least they could have gone with a star that can speak Hindi well, which is the least you can expect from these mainstream, beautiful looking, mediocre actors. The cinematography and the battle sequences were brilliant per se, but wish it was enough for a great film. Every great shot, music, performance, score, action emerged from the pages of a screenplay, which is what the film couldn't get right. Let's delve into the screenplay. The elements of a great drama, friendship, loyalty, love, and eventual betrayal, was so poorly utilized in the film. Spoilers ahead. The opening sequence of the film. They decided to introduce the characters by showing us rather than telling us with montage or narration, which was a good choice. But I believe Vicky Kaushal's performance was strong enough to convey the bravery of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj rather than going for that cliche trope of villains hyping up the hero with their dialogues. The over the top elements can work only when it is handled by someone like S.S. Rajamouli, who knows how to make them convincing and suspend our disbelief using every tool of filmmaking he can get his hands on, like production design, slow motion, cinematography, etc. I think Lakshman Utekar was not the right person for a film as spectacular as this. The action sequences, as great as they were, could not replace the drama that the director introduced in the story, but could not go anywhere with them. I'll give you examples. The friendship of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj and Kavi Kalash. It shattered my heart during their last goodbye scene at the end. Just imagine how great it would have been if the writers worked on that relationship a bit more and gave them just a few scenes. The betrayal from his stepmother. I felt that subplot was also horribly incorporated into the story. If you have read the real story, you will know how much better it could have been. The betrayal from his brother in laws. Another missed opportunity of crafting great drama. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj's recurring dream of his childhood and his longing for his mother, who passed away when he was just 2 years old. This was not well utilized to carve as deeply into your heart as it could have. I know it's not possible to incorporate everything into a 2.5 hour film, but if they accompanied even just one element to its journey, instead of placing them just for the sake of it in the film, it would have been one of the best dramas ever made. It needed a Ridley Scott vision or a Bhansali or a Rajamouli mindset who know how to make a gift worth wrapping with a designer paper. Loud music and great visuals cannot cover up the poor screenplay. The film was just rushing from one action sequence to another without taking a sigh to work on the characters and the drama that make or break a film. The last 40 minutes of the film after Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj is deceitfully captured by Aurangzeb's troops. Every single minute I was hoping for the end credits to start rolling because of how heartbreaking and tear jerking every single frame was. After reading a bit about the life of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, I feel the film has done a bad job at portraying the great personality of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, filled with depth and complexity.